jealousy and possessiveness in relationships and marriage, understanding that jealousy and possessiveness and what triggers these things. So we'll be looking at how lack of trust, communication, insecurity, past experiences, fear of loss can trigger jealousy. We'll also delve into how social media and societal expectations can also fuel jealousy. There are also real-life examples of this story. You know, there are so many of it. And we'll be sharing tips on how effective communication can help deal with jealousy and possessiveness. Of course, we'd like you to call into the show. We'd like you to join the conversation. The numbers are right there on the screen, and we're also streaming on YouTube. We didn't take any comment on the previous topic. Can we quickly see if there are comments on the previous topic so that we talk about that before delving into this very, very juicy one?
Okay. Smart women on the show. This is coming from Aunt Nam. Moses Ade says, Nam, yes, because someone must have interest in your research and be willing to fund it. Okay, so I'm taking it from the middle.
Hafik's World said, my friend is having this issue. Ever since she got a good job, her husband is angry with her. The marriage is almost breaking.
Okay, Hafsa says, I dreamt to be married at 23, but by then I didn't even have a suitor. Would I have married myself just to achieve that dream? Or force any man to come and marry me?
Yetunde Shonaiki said, Dr. Ibukun Awoshika is one of our lectures emphasized the need to study a man's character and not be married to a fool.
Okay, Sheung says, sacrificing your job, career, or financial goals for marriage should never be one-sided or forced. It should come from mutual understanding and long-term planning.
Exactly. Rolade Williams disagrees with the word choice and sacrifice. Says it's called sacrifice. Let's not trivialize it. Whatever choice we make or forgo is still sacrifice made. Let's call it what it is. Yorubas will say we do good so we can remind that person later.
Aunt Nam says people should stay in their lane when choosing a spouse. These women know the kind of men that they are going into this relationship with. They probably were hoping to change them.
All right, so there was something I didn't mention as I was rounding off, support system, and it was you that mentioned it, and I think it's very important.
Very key.
The only way that a successful relationship, if we tie to relationship, can thrive where sacrifices are made, where dreams are fulfilled, is where there is support system. I can do what I'm doing now because I have support system. We are all able to do what we're doing because we have support system. If you see anything working, it's because people are supporting it to make it work. You know, so let's support your own to make it work. People dealing with insecure partners who are extremely possessive and easily get jealous have it tends to be something that weighs on the relationship, not just marriage. It weighs on the relationship. So we're hoping to give tools. You see, I have wise women here to give tools to help those going through this. And this happens to both men and women. Relationship with someone who is jealous can put a heavy strain on one's life, where you feel almost tempted to be reporting every situation back to back. I had to counsel a friend, a man, that I felt that he wasn't being sensitive to his wife's insecurities. And so I had a conversation and I told him, I said, see, you have married someone that is a bit insecure. You have to help her. And then the man started listing all the things he has done. The marriage is over now. But he listed all the things he has done, that I would always text her, I would send her messages, if I'm going out, I would post picture, I have to just over and over again, like, I'm with this guy. He said, which guy? I'll take picture with the guy and send to her, because she does not believe anything I say. And so it feels like I have done enough, and I can't change her. But I would like to hear from you, Nima. What tools would you want to give for someone who is in a relationship with a person who is jealous and possessive? You know, before, when we were young, we used to use jealousy as a sign of love.
No, jealousy is an element of love. You can't. The Prophet says, is that all the elements of jealousy a man must have, else you won't protect what you have. That was talking to men about protecting their women. And women also must have it. But the healthy one, when you cross that line, you self no say you don't enter small insanity. So what I can advise is what I only practice, because I don't study this thing in any school. Yes. You know, give yourself room, some place to breathe. You know, we are all in love with our loves, and at some point they go, you know. they must test life. You can't choke them. They are not chickens. Even chickens, if they release them daily. So you must allow them go. And in that allowing them go, you must allow yourself breathe. You cannot also police them along where they go. You worry yourself to insanity. I think, apart from that, I don't have any
that you can think of right now.
I think you should also have your life. Focus on it. Do some things that, find your fulfillment. Because when you finally get back together, you don't want to be the one asking, where have you been, without having things to say about where you have been, what you have been able to do. Me, I like my time or my me time. I hardly get it these days, but I used to enjoy it a lot. Everybody should go. Recently I found out my office is my safe space. When I get into my office, there's this 10 minutes I used to take. My former secretary didn't know it. She'll come with all the gist. Hey, madam, it's now I brought the file. But my new secretary, I don't know where that girl learns it. When I come in that first 10 minutes, I don't get disturbed. I lock the door. Sometimes I sleep off when I'm just, calming down from all the stress or whatever. And that's where I found my safe space. That silence I get when I come in, I love it. And so I know how healthy it is. I think that escape, going and coming, renewing your stories, renewing your experience to share with your love is also part of life. That's the only thing I can tell.
For now, I know what I would tell you to get another thing out.
So I think we need to. There's a way we speak English in this part of the world that confuses me when we now want to expand on it, right? So I had to go quickly to the dictionary to understand if jealousy is related to relationship, which is not. But first of all, let me tell you the meaning of being possessive. It says demanding someone's total attention and love. That's being possessive. So with this explanation now, it's not wrong to be possessive. I want my husband to be able to love me and give me attention.
Total.
I don't want him to be able to give me my small attention. Give Abigail small. Give Tope small. I want your eyes.
I don't want to share you.
Thank you. And it's not a bad thing, right? Now, the meaning of jealousy is feeling or showing an envious resentment of someone or their achievements, possessions, or perceived advantage.
So those are two different things.
Two different things. So for jealousy in relationship is a different ballgame where the man is now jealous of your achievement. That's different. But when it comes to sexual relations and romance, it's possessiveness we're looking at. But there's also another word, which is obsession. Because I was thinking in my head, what are we trying to explain here? Let me quickly get it. The state of being obsessed with someone or something. So where I see this obsession and obsessive behavior is what we now call possessiveness, where you don't want your partner to have any relations with anybody. You don't want him to talk to anybody. Even in the office, he should not smile with any woman. You are constantly monitoring him. There's no trust. You are checking his phone. If he tells you he's here, you are calling. Do video call. Let me see. I've seen partners where they go out. They want to call. It has to be, what are you doing? I want to show Oga that all of us are here. I want to show Madam that all of us are here. That becomes a problem. And that is why we're saying that it is not healthy. And you can see some of these signs when you're starting the relationship. People that are obsessive and, they don't hide it. They would cut off interactions that you're having with, even as close as your family members are. There are certain things they don't allow. They will say, this one that every time you are calling your mother. Is it every day you have to call your mother? Is it every day your sister will just come into the house? Is it, you can always tell that they have this. They don't hide it. It's not hidden. Because it comes from a place of anger and insecurity, where they believe that if they don't hook you, they cannot have you. Because they don't see themselves as valuable, that you will naturally come to them. You will naturally choose to be with them. So they are doing everything to make sure that you don't have a choice. In fact, I had one relationship that I was helping them go through. I realized that the guy had something to do with somebody else. At that point, he had not done the actual cheating, but he was in talks with another person. And then the girl found out. And she went to go and take drugs to kill herself. That's abuse. She's the abusive one, as far as I'm concerned. Because she will use that manipulation to hook that guy forever. Any small thing, I will cut myself. Any small thing, I will kill myself. So you are manipulating this person because you do not trust that the person can choose to be with you because of your insecurity. That's the extreme.
Taking it to another level.
Yes, and it happens. So they may not tell you. They will manipulate with cry. They will manipulate with silent treatment. They can manipulate with anything. This one was just extreme. That's why we saw that she had to take things to want to take her life in order to keep the man.
What if she doesn't just know how to handle pressure? Not because of the
It's
man.
a
There are
problem.
people who
If
don't
you
know
don't know
how
how to handle pressure, it's a problem.
I know
It's lack of maturity.
And you come for therapy.
And relationships should be for mature people.
That are
Exactly.
So
whole.
if someone is broken,
Yeah.
being in a relationship with such a person
heal
requires
you.
you need to go and heal yourself,
I
so
get.
that the responsibility is not on me
the other
to
person.
manage
You.
your insecurities and your weakness. But let me
Your
hear from
partners
you,
grow
Abigail.
together now. You know, you of course, you meet people. You meet one mature person and the other immature person, and they find a middle ground at the end of the day. You know it happens. It's just what you want in the relationship.
Trauma, sha.
But
Maturity today, they have trauma. Go ahead.
so I don't think being possessive is a bad thing. No. I feel it's a form of accountability.
Okay.
Yes, you're mine. They said two shall become one. So if you're me, I have to know what's going on. And if there's accountability, there will not be room for temptations and certain mistakes.
Okay.
So if you're going somewhere, and I feel like, let's just use Nigeria for instance. I'm not comfortable where you're going to. I don't know where you're going to. I have to know where you're going to. I have to know the people you're with, because, you know, people go out and don't come back. Accountability. You have to be accountable. And if I'm calling you every time, you've told me, okay, I'm spending just 2 hours and 3 hours, and then after 3 hours, I'm calling you, what's
Where
up?
are you?
Or even while you're there, I'm talking. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you should be accountable, because I feel that because of this coinage, jealousy and possessiveness, a lot of persons have used it as an avenue to do anyhow
To
in
stray.
marriages. You're
To
saying, you're
stray
choking
away.
me, so I'm looking for peace.
Space.
That's because you don't want to be accountable to your partner. Yes. First, if you love your partner, it shouldn't be a problem for you to actually tell your partner, okay, I'm so, okay, babe, I can't talk now. It's not a problem. So what I would say is people should learn their partner's love languages. Wetin be your love language? Before you go come table and I begin to do lovey-dovey, what's your love language? I've seen people who don't like clingy partners. They will tell you from beginning, okay, I don't like clingy people. I've seen somebody that says he doesn't like people touching his head. You will know from beginning.
Wetin be our own button? My person no like.
You know, there are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, gift sharing, and all that.
They don't even know.
And all of them, different partners with different. If your partner's love language is
Quality time.
It's good food.
You can't say no. Me, I'm not. I like being
By myself.
It won't work. So I think from the table, you
should know.
push already
Have that
say it.
conversation, yeah.
See, I go out a lot. Before I will marry you, you see I club a lot. You know. Yes, I'm a night bird though. So discuss these things before you get into the relationship, so that you not use grammar and be
That's if you
spoiling
know
you.
yourself already.
Before
Let me
you
take
know
Deborah.
yourself.
Deborah has called in from Bayelsa. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Deborah. I'm calling from Bayelsa State. Now,
Awesome.
concerning today's show. Okay, I think in relationship, it has to be a two-way thing. Because if from the beginning of the relationship, if it's not defined, it's going to be affected. Their relationship will be affected. Do you get?
Yes.
If what the guy or the lady wants is not defined, it will affect their marriage.
Thank you so much.
So let me
Deborah.
land with my thoughts. I will say, apart from knowing your partner's love language, get busy with your time. You're married to this person. You're not you're not Siamese twins. So if he's going out for an event, what are you doing? You should be busy instead of checkmating, because you can't checkmate an adult. You can't control an adult. So as Nimat said, and the last one I will say is, have your own. If you have a high self-esteem, if you know your self-worth, you will not be overly possessive or jealous. You know what you bring to the table.
I love that.
Yes, you know what you bring.
I love that.
Leave that thing.
I love
Leave that thing.
So
Stay Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.